Hello everybody, Houston here. I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night. And before jumping into the charts, don't forget to smash the like button, share with your friends, and subscribe as well to support my channel. So, quick introduction here, the things we are going to talk about. For some people, this is going to be the first trip. Others know the drill. They know how the market behaves around this time in the year. And some people are not familiar or used to technical analysis, but others have an idea. So I will try to make this halfway, so the ones who doesn't know, are not familiar, can have a better understanding. So why? The question is, why September is bad, or it's not bullish, let's say. We can start from the end and then we jump into fundamentals, okay? So if we pick from all time, since the market start trading, 90 to 95% of times it's bearish, okay? It doesn't mean it is going to have a change in the trend. No, we are not talking about a change. We are talking about a move, which is totally different, okay? So for example, since 2016, so far, we saw many bearish moves, but no change in the trend. And people who talk about such things are not popular on YouTube, Twitter, Telegram, whatever, because people want to hear about moon, great things, always. So, and the problem about this is because there is a lack of knowledge. So for example, the bears or the reaper, whatever, they are not our enemies. They are friends. We just have to know, we must know, understand when it is going to be the time for one and the time for the other. Most of the times, we maybe not be right, like spot on, the first move, like nailed, but understanding the direction is possible, and it is very important, right? So we started from the end. 90 to 95% are bearish. So if I pick my money, 10 atoms, and I trade, okay? Trade doesn't mean I have to buy. That's a thing that the average Joe and the whole majority of people don't understand. They don't know. And most will leave the market and still don't know this, okay? So if I buy at September, let's say, using the average Joe perspective, if I buy, I have 10 to 5% positive odds, okay? So that's completely awful. But if I short the market, if I sell, I am making health business because I'm going to be 90 to 95% positive. So it's like risky reward wise, the consequences, okay? So now let's jump into the fundamentals. So what about this thing? What happens? So here is the wheel of year. Some of you are familiar with it, others don't. So what do we have here? The upper section stands for March, April, May, June, July, and August. And the lower section for September, October, November, December, January, and February. So here in the lower section, the nights are longer. The night prevails, the darkness. And here on the top, the light prevails. It's like a eternal fight. And this is real, folks. This is no BS. This is not a conspiracy or whatever. This is ancient knowledge, okay? People, wise people there know this. They use this schedule, this knowledge to do things. For example, people are going to have babes or to marry or, you know, to make solid business or a partnership or to acquire whatever. based on this and a few other things. Okay, so again, here the nights are longer and here the days are longer. Okay, and this spot right here is the most important. It's kind of it's probably fair, but I like to acknowledge as the most important, so this is my perception. Okay, so this guy here stands for wisdom. Okay, and why wisdom is necessary here? So for example, why someone would sell the land by the autumn? Okay, so this person would be ruined, would lose everything. So that's not wise. But the wise, let's say the wise guy, what he did, he starts to sell the land right here. And he will make his way all the way to the autumn. And then he's going to rest till the weather and the land is ready again. So this is the ancient knowledge, the ancient way to do things. And such behavior, such knowledge is present till today and will be for the future. Okay, so this will never change. So for example, the average Joe or the average Joe children will never be educated about this. They will never understand. And if someone try to explain, to share the word, they will most likely say that's BS, that's not important, that's not real, and then he will keep working for forever, being employed forever, work for a wage forever, and it is not going to see change on his life because he chose to live in an easy way. So it's kind of simple, but it's not public information. So it's kind of how can I say? For example, rich people, wealthy people, and their children, they are familiar with this. They learn these things very soon. So excuse me, folks. So, and those people, they are the ones who move the markets, not the average Joe. Some people say, oh, there are buyers, there are sellers. No, they don't move the market at all. Only 5% of the daily volume in the markets are actually real people buying and selling. So there is no change at all. Okay. So all this being said, let's jump into the charts. And by the way, before I forget, because I'm not going to record a new video to talk about this, from a sudden, and I don't know why, a lot of people start to ask questions about the Champions Club and how to join. And it's kind of, I'm feeling surprised because I don't make videos about it. I don't talk about it. Still, if you want to join, the group's not open for everybody, okay? I will ask questions, and if it is okay, then you can join. I'm not charging monthly anymore. It's a single payment, lifetime pass, and that's it. One of the reasons that I did this, it's because it's very time consuming. All my things to do, then, checking for payments and talking with people and answering messages. And so if you are interested, you can send a message on Twitter and you can just quote me and I will reach you back, okay? So let's move on. Today I'm going to talk about the dollar, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and quick insights about what I'm expecting. So not long ago, few months ago, few weeks ago, I published a video about a multiple markets forecast. And why it is related to this video? Because the calls that I made back in this video, it's like this. If I am wrong in a single dot, everything will be wrong. But so far I am right. So I'm very confident about the market's direction. and things are looking great so far. Okay, so just a second, folks. Okay, let's go. So why we have to take a look on the dollar? For example, the main pairs, Bitcoin against dollar, Ethereum against dollar, and XRP against dollar. But what do we have? Here we have the dollar, and here we have Tethers. So for a long period of time, we had the crypto market straight correlated to the dollar. Okay, so it was crystal clear. But then, from a sudden, last year, if I'm not wrong, yes, last year, the crypto market went crazy. And we know the reason. The reason is because the Tether printer went nuts. So when they started printing billions of dollars, Tether, let's say, okay, Bitcoin, because the whole majority of this money was going into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, Cardano, Link for a while, and a few others. Okay, just a second. Okay. So this way, printing tethers was they were able to outperform the dollar. Okay, so again, back in the day before this event, we could see things straight correlated, but from a sudden, with the tether printer, things let's say started to move in a different direction. But we know this is not sustainable, and it is a big trouble because when regulation arrives, the whole thing is going to explode. So this is the fact. The question is when. So all this being said, I watch the charts, multiple charts on daily basis. So sometimes it takes a while to understand like some changes or adjustments. For example, this the Tether outperforming the dollar. Okay, and lately, from what I can see, all that Bitcoin strength is gone, and is gone with Tether. So when some people say, "Oh, Bitcoin is decentralized," it is not, because they are using fake money to pump the market. Okay, so this is a fact also, it is not speculation. But so, today, again, folks, Bitcoin dollar, Ethereum dollar, XRP dollar. So far, I am right on the dollar, and the dollar is looking great and is probably primed to go up. If my math is correct, about 8%. Okay, on the first move, let's say the first leg, which by the way, it is going to be the last one. Yeah. And how this is going to impact the crypto market? So again, we are at September, and we know December, November, it's usually bullish. Okay. So the dollar, he doesn't behave this way on September. Okay, the things on the dollar moving the other way. For example, when things are going down, let's say crash or problems, issues, the dollar is going to the other direction because it's a safe haven. Excuse me, folks, just a second, please. Let's go. And so what, if we look outside the charts, what we can see? We can see dictators, we can see chaos, we can see political problems and issues, we can see border issues all over. We can see I don't know if I can say it, but the CCP trying to take over other countries by cheating, which is the communists way. They're very cowards. So also some cups in some countries, and things are looking very bad. Okay, so before looking to the charts, always look outside as well. It's very important. Okay, so the dollar going up here, probably it's there is the thing about the inverted correlation. Okay, so that's a it's kind of a tool, it's a methodology to make analysis based on multiple assets and currencies. And so what I'm expecting here, again, is the dollar to go up big time and almost everything else to go down a little bit before the big one. Okay, so for more information about this, you guys can check my previous video, which was the forecast, and then you will see more information there. Okay, so let's move into XRP, Ethereum, and then Bitcoin. Why? XRP is on price adjustment. Ethereum is was somewhat on the loose, behaving in a different way against Bitcoin, but the fundamentals are the same, right? So Tether are pouring in, and even after the Tether printer stopped printing for a while, those exchanges, the Chinese exchanges, were heavily loaded with Tether. Okay, so they still have a lot of firepower. Excuse me. So let's start here on XRP, and just a second. So one thing that I was expecting was a strong higher low. I mean lower high. Right here, right? This would be a strong lower high. So at this point, I believe it's very, very unlikely to happen now. And there are big chances to be a set pivot. But we are going to know better soon. Okay, I'm not betting betting on this scenario. I don't expect, after what we can see on Bitcoin lately, and also the news on Coinbase about Coinbase being sued. So this probably it's a bomb that will drop soon, and it is not going to be only on Coinbase. Okay. So stronger lower high, unlikely in my opinion here. Pivots that we can trust. This one here is going to be for speculation, but I'm almost certain that is it for now. And again, just a second, folks. My throat's hold on. Okay, excuse me. So, so far, XRP is on price adjustment on Bitcoin, but it is in a poor way, very poor way. And one of the reasons we know, it's public information, there is nothing new, it's the lawsuit. So until that thing is over, we are not going to see new all-time highs. Okay. There is also a discussion about it is going to happen. Oh, just a second. Let's see. So let's say it is going to happen, let's say 1 or 2 days before the news, or it is going to happen right after the news. So both ways are possible. Okay, my take here is the market will be the XRP will be crystal clear, will give signs, will be like very clear. Okay, so you guys remember all the previous big moves, I call it out, was spot on, and I believe I'm going to catch the next one. And also there is another thing here. I strongly believe, if I'm right about this September, and also because we know it's very unlikely to have a deal, especially at September or even October. So I'm expecting something around November, December, most likely. Then this next down move, it is going to be the last train for XRP. Okay, and so we are going to have multiple ways to profit from this. And yeah, while trading, while speculating, while holding, sorry. And so, what else do we have here? Just a sec. Oh, there is another thing. Another thing about the strong lower high, if I said if while talking about, for example, XRP, XDC, and a few other things, because the thing was, second, I explained this before, talking about this before. Let me show you again. So here we have time and here we have price. This is September. Every year, as we get closer and closer to September, I became bearish, okay? And till I stay in the market, I will remain bearish. So let's add a legend here for, let's say, harvest. So my expectation was based on price outperforming time. And so how is this? What about this? So for example, if things were going up in a powerful way, then okay, I would say, okay, that's fine, it's completely possible, let's go. But the issue was, oh, not you, sir. No. The problem was that the price was going up like this. And so this was my only concern. Are we going to make it before September, or just price catching up, you know, chop, 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 and then fading right at September? Which, by the way, that's exactly how this played out, okay? And this thing right here, it's very, very important because, for example, when we are talking about time of things and price, sometimes it's crystal clear, the window. Other times, it's still not clear. So we need what? We need more time to have technical evidence, to have a better picture. And it is what it is. It's nothing new. For me, I use the patterns approach plus the tools that I develop that are like a navigation map, the perpetual setup. So I created a methodology that I live around this, okay? So I gotta wait. I have rules to play. So other people who doesn't use the same methods, they can compare. Okay, so oh, for example, why you're not doing this? Oh, why you did that? So we're talking about totally different things. They're not going to match. Okay. So the thing that I wanted to show is this. I was the only one back in the day talking about this, was spot on. And yeah, some of you guys will remember, but let's talk about it again. We have two things here to acknowledge. The first one, this is XRP against US dollar. It is not like on Binance that are XRP against Tether. Totally different thing, okay? So the king, the boss, is the true dollar, not Tether, okay? Also the euro, the pound, the British pound, and etc. They are the kings. And so here against the US dollar, we have today the most bullish divergence that I ever seen so far since I started back in 2017. Okay, I never seen anything like it. It's strong, it's powerful. Even if it change, because it is possible. Even so, for example, let's say something like this happens, won't change anything. Will still be a monstrous bullish divergence. Okay, blowing the roof. So what does it mean? Do you guys remember the thing that I did here, price and time? The question is not if, but when. XRP is going to soar. It is going to be insane. It is going to be unstoppable. But it's not today. It is not going to be next week as well. This we know for sure. And also not next month. So the moon dealers will have to are going to have a problem to, you know, till we pass September, October, because it's very unlikely. Okay, and I I kind of feel sad because every year, all those folks who have no idea what they are doing, they talk about boo, 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 moo, moo, moo by September. And it always ends up in the same way. But so for XRP, the question is, XRP is behaving based on price adjustment to Bitcoin. So how much XRP can go down if the whole market goes down? So this is the question. And for this question, right now, I don't have an answer. I don't. Wish I had. I have speculations so far. Okay, so what do we know by a matter of fact? So let's talk about the facts. This one stands for speculation. Okay. So right here. Here we had a bottom reversal structure. We talked about this many times, but we have to. So again, folks, bottom reversal structure, which means the thing changed a different time now. And if we acknowledge the Elliott waves, this is not a valid wave. Okay, I'm not going to jump into further details, but it's not a valid wave. And so we gotta wait for the next one. But the only thing that we can observe here about this guy, again, what are the rules for a bull market? Very simple. Higher lows. So XRP is bullish. Yes, XRP is bullish. But it doesn't mean we are going to see a new all-time highs today or tomorrow, next week. Okay? So as you guys could see, there is a lot of pressure. The thing is going to explode, and it is going to be soon, very soon. Because otherwise, if we didn't have all the external events and fundamentals, it would be fair to say that XRP would only break bullish around 2024, 2025. Okay, but that is not the case. So at least for now, I would say it's kind of a 0.5% scenario, but very, very unlikely. And I'm trying not to be biased here, okay, folks? As you guys know, I always try to be fair because bias is a dangerous thing, okay? So let's jump closer. So let's acknowledge this behavior right here. Not going to jump into the previous one, not for now. So this move on XRP, sorry folks, this move right here was 100% based on Bitcoin, 100%, like a mirror. And also this one right here, which was the news from Coinbase being sued by the SEC. So what is the problem here? The problem, so what I'm going to show you now, what I'm going to acknowledge here, it is not going to change at all, okay? I can make draws about patterns here, draw patterns all over, talk about this and that. It is not going to change a single thing, okay? And then I will explain why. And by the way, this is not support and resistance stuff. I explained this many times. And on Ethereum and Bitcoin, I am going to show you why. So I hope that way you guys can break free from that that thing that is not accurate, it's not relevant, and so the thing here is when we look at patterns and price behavior, this range right here, it's poisoned, it's contaminated, which is bad. It was before, okay? We went flat, and flat is bad. After the bear break, and why this was a bear break, if we still have higher lows. Why? Well, the question, the answer, sorry, is flat structure, sign of weakness, based on Bitcoin that was showing weakness as well. Then, instead of having a strong bull break, which that's the way it should happen, no. We end up with another grinding line, grinding behavior, which is only price adjustment, only. And that's bad, will always be. The last time we saw it was right here, when they tried to make a bull. They tried. But then we end up with ascending and bearish behavior, and then XRP went down. So right here, the poisoned structure, flat, and flat is bad. So the support and resistance folks will say, oh, you know, but we do have support, and then that's the place to buy, and let's buy and make money. No. First thing, they will end up wrecked majority of times. Secondly, that's how they help the bears to print bearish patterns. So for example, people who went long or about here, just because we went up from here, they end up not losing, now at least not the 100% of that, but the whole majority end up losing money on such levels. Because sometimes there is not enough room for such a move. For example, the risk against the reward, it's completely alpha. So let me give you a better example here. Let's use 5% for the average Joe, because people who use this approach, they don't know what they are doing, unfortunately. They expect. Oh, and by the way, it's not here. I'm using a different approach. And for the ones who went short, I'm using 58. Okay, so the problem here is that there is more risk than rewards. Okay, the numbers you guys will see here, you can say, oh, but it's 7% against 20%. No, 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 this is for a different approach. It's not for the way the average Joe do things. Okay, so most times they engage in scenarios that are not, they can be profitable. You know, for example, they can win small money. Yeah, can win small money. Yeah, but there is also a small risk. So what's the point? You won't be profitable, right? So now let's jump back right here. So despite all these problems and issues, this move right here was a hull breach. It's kind of a markup of what is to come. And not only here, okay? Just a, let's say a proof of firepower, okay? Something like this. And not only that, so again, when you look at patterns, this is starting to look like a head and shoulders with a poor shoulder right here, which is all the way bad. And this move right here was based on news from Coinbase as well on XRP, but was instantly rejected. And not only this, we had another hull breach as well. So we left from here. Okay, we left from here, then went up and went down all the way to a new low compared from where it moved up. So this, folks, it's 100% plus retrace, which is bearish, not bullish. Show you right here. So just a second. So this from we went up, then went down to around 115%. Okay, so that's bearish behavior. That's not bullish. Okay, anyone saying this is bullish have no idea what they are talking about. Also, this behavior right here, just following mirroring Bitcoin, and so far it's bearish development. How we know? The ascending behavior. Ascending, ascending, ascending. And now we are probably going for a small move up, and then we are going to have more a better idea about this on Bitcoin chart, because it's going to be easier to talk about. So let's jump into Ethereum. Oh, and folks, this is going to be a long video. There is a lot of things to talk about. This is not simple. It's not easy. And if you don't like long videos, just, You can watch 20 minutes today and 20 tomorrow, and that's okay. So a thing that I want to show here first is this. Remember that I said that I was going to show and explain something. Let me. So here it is. So the thing about the support and resistance stuff, why it's not accurate, etc., and why those lines are not about it. So way before 2 years ago, not 2 years ago, sorry, more than 12 months ago, I developed uh, this tool and another one. Uh, so I have these lines in my charts, all my charts. Okay, it doesn't matter what is the number of points, number of price. I have these lines way in advance, even before the thing happened. Okay, so this is just a quick idea, but then I'm going to give you a better example on Bitcoin. Okay, but again, folks, how do we expect things in advance when the price is not there because it was under price discovery? But with this tool, we can have a better idea. It doesn't mean we are going to be 100% correct, nailing things, no, but we have a better understanding, okay? And most of times, this helps making decisions, okay? So, back here, second, right here. That's what we want. So, just a second. Hold on. Okay. So what do we have here? We have a rejection. Um, we have right after the rejection, we end up. So let's start this again. I'm going to break down the candles and then we jump into smaller time frames. Because in some way Ethereum is behaving based on Bitcoin as well. So we end up with a rejection, big rejection, and this turned into a big indecision candle. We can forget this is on the monthly chart, so the signals here are very strong. Then they bought back based on Bitcoin, okay? But there was no follow through, no bullish attempt to make another new high above uh, 4181. So what we have right now, we have inside bars, we had another rejection, then we had another bearish, not bearish, another indecision candle, but now it is turning into a shooting star. But this is going to change again. Yes, because we are most likely going up a little bit before resumption for the autumn. Okay, so this, folks, I'm talking about this, not the whole thing. Okay, so this is a healthy bull market. Everything's fine, but there are healthy limitations for everything. Temporary limitations. We are not talking about a change in the trend. So this is not looking great, not looking good at all. Let's take a quick look on volume. Oh, here it is. Price going up, volume going down. So what is this? This is the lack of interest to buy, especially at these levels. And also, there is another reason because Ethereum is becoming expensive. So some people will look into things with a better ROI. For example, XRP, XDC, Flare, which is Spark, if I'm not wrong. So things which are a much better ROI are more attractive, right? So let's take a quick look here. Just a second. I want to see the. Oh, okay, nothing special here. And also there is no divergence here at all. Okay, nothing special. Oh, here. Can you guys see the color is changing? It's because Bitcoin is almost ready to make its, in my opinion, its last move before going down. Okay, so now let's jump into. Oh, here it is. Another. Very, very interesting. I was jumping to the daily, but we can start here on the 3 days. Shooting star from the 4181. Again, folks, I had this line here, months and months in advance before price. Okay. So we end up rejected on the first shooting star. Price adjustment based on Bitcoin. And what did we have here? A morning star. Kind of a bearish abandoned baby. And this, folks, it's signals of a top, that a top is set. Okay. Right now, it's not fair. I mean, it is fair, but we gotta wait a little bit. We have a valid pivot here. And this guy, I dare to say it's a valid pivot. The chances to break through from here are close to 0. Okay. Now let's jump into the daily. Nothing special. Okay, so this behavior right here, I'm going to talk about it a single time, but on Bitcoin. Then you guys will understand about this behavior because it's just a kind of a mirror based on Bitcoin. Okay, quick look on the 4. Yeah, nothing interesting. Yeah, so I just don't want to talk about this twice. What are the chances, the odds for this to be a double top? Okay, so first, it is possible, yes. Do we have all the technical requirements for a double top? Kind of. So let's take a look. Okay, so if this can be considered a double top, okay, then it's possible. But there is also room, and we will know soon, for bullish continuation from this range. There is no way, it's impossible to call this out right now. Okay, it's impossible. And anyone who say that's the way how things are going to happen have no idea. It's just making guessworks. Okay. The only issue that I see here, it's because we have to understand how far Bitcoin can go and how Ethereum will follow Bitcoin. Okay. So then I will wait. I'm not going to jump in speculations because it's not going to lead anywhere. So now let's take a look on Bitcoin. Hold on, folks. So here we have the monthly chart. Let's take a quick look on volume. So one thing that we have to understand here is that the volume that is leading, not the whole Bitcoin is Tether. Okay, so again, just like on Ethereum, real dollars are not very, very interested on Bitcoin. This is a fact. Okay, because we are going to see the same behavior in multiple exchanges that use the true dollar pair. Okay, so this is a bearish divergence, folks. Since here, so let's acknowledge here after the new high. That's bearish divergence, not bullish. But it doesn't mean Bitcoin will crash, or it doesn't mean there will be a change in the trend. Okay? No, 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 no. A lot of things has to happen before we can say such a thing. So starting here on the monthly, what is the problem that we have? This, folks, it's a morning star, it's a top reversal pattern, and it's not bullish. Okay, it's bearish. And since the bull break right here, which I was kind of a bearish because we had a head and shoulders right here, and we had a bear break. Made a lot of money back in the day, and right after I end up wrong because I used the patterns approach. Bitcoin was going up after bearish pattern, so I was misled by let's say by my own standards. Okay, but for a time, only at the beginning. Then I changed my bias. Okay, I'm wrong, I have to change, and then let's go. But so we had this same kind of behavior all the way up, back and forth, and then constantly changing because each candle here represents 30 days. So they are constantly changing. Okay. But this is undeniable proof about a bear. Okay, undeniable. And back in the day, we had one here as well. Inside this candle right here, the red candle. If I'm not wrong, on the daily or the 3 days chart. Okay, you guys can see for yourself. The other issue is that we have, again, grinding behavior, volume going down, price going up. That's a lower high. And folks, the chances for Bitcoin to breach this reversal or bearish structure right here, this signal is very strong, folks. Very. It's thin. It's, you know, very unlikely. So what I'm expecting right now, a small move up before going down. And then the question will be how much down things can go. Let's jump into the 4 hours. Just this. Oh, not the 4 hours. Hold on. Let's go into the 3 days. Okay. So here we had the crystal clear head and shoulders again. Another bear. And why another bear? Because this, folks, it's a top structure which signals a very top. So this was a problem, a issue already. And then we had what? A crystal clear head and shoulders. And then again, Bitcoin broke, not broke bullish, because there is no new high here. There is anything to break. So I was expecting a bear break. Why? Because it's a bearish pattern. Bearish patterns doesn't deliver bull breaks, just like bullish patterns don't deliver bear breaks. Okay, So this is it's a simple concept, a simple idea. But what I learned from this is that, so just for guys to have a better idea. So this is September. And here, where Bitcoin showed break bearish was July. And we know, by a matter of fact, that Bitcoin is having appreciation based on US stocks. Okay. So since the Tether went crazy, Bitcoin is following like very, very close. Okay. Because back in the day, when it was more likely adjusted or close to the dollar, it wasn't like this. Okay, so we have multiple factors here, multiple things to look at. So the very place Bitcoin should break or go for a lower high, they decided to go up. And why this? We were far away from September, and Dow Jones, Index, SPX were going up. But there's another thing here. They are going up, but in a very poor way. Like this, with marginal highs. Folks, this is lack of strength. This is bearish as well, but keeps going up. But it doesn't mean it is bearish. It's bearish evidence. So one thing that we talk many times is this. Just because it's going up doesn't mean it's bullish. Just because it is going down doesn't mean it is bearish. Okay? Before there is a change, it must have a contrary signal. Okay? That's how it is. And our job is to look for the evidence. So all this being said, let's jump into the smaller time frame. Let's add the 2. So again, I had this line here way before even we're close to Forex 6368. And you guys can see how price behaves around it. Okay, so again, this is not about support and resistance, was never about it. Okay, and even if someone wants to have a discussion about this, okay, there's no problem. Okay, but so let's go. Okay, so usual behavior on the crypto market is scammy tails. Very scammy. We are very familiar with it. We've been talking about this on the Champions Club for a while. Nothing new for us. So let's, just for the sake of this example, let's erase this week, this tail. I don't like to say week because it's marginalized. But so, let's just say we went down to here. Okay? To the body. Let's acknowledge the body. Then we went down again, up, down, up, and down, giving us a not crystal clear, not fully developed, but again, it's descending behavior. That's short term, bullish, short term, okay? Bullish behavior. Now let me clean this. So again, the bear break. So the very way we had, so you guys remember on XRP? Same behavior, okay? So the way, this poor way Bitcoin was going up, that should be a strong bull break, was weak. And I bet my shoes, people who knew about this in advance were ready. Okay, so the Coinbase break right here, getting momentum to go up. Now, short-term bullish behavior to go up a little bit. And so, what is going to be the problem here? That Bitcoin developed another bearish pattern again. So it's over and over and over and over. And I bet my shoes 100% that this is only happening because the Tether gang are scamming big time. Because this is not healthy, it is not sustainable, and at some point, someone will pay a price for this. Okay? So let's talk about what do we have when we look at patterns. No, not the line. Right here. So the problem is that Bitcoin again developed another head and shoulders. It can be here, it can be a little up. That's a knowledge. It doesn't have to be perfect, folks. It doesn't have to be fully aligned with the previous one, okay? And but there is another thing here that we have to take a look. I bet my shoes that Bitcoin will end up rejected from the golden. Doesn't matter where it is going to be. This is the range. Can be even a little bit up, but it's not going to make it to 50,625. Most likely end up on the 50, and then that's it. With luck, okay? With luck. With luck, we'll make it to the 50. But this is my opinion, based on patterns, based on my knowledge about price behavior, structures, patterns, fractals, whatever. So this is my take on this. And also because we are going to end up with what? We are going to end up with, yes, another bearish pattern. So we have top structure, evening star, head and shoulders, fake bull break, lack of follow through, no volume, head and shoulders again, and for the right shoulder we have a rising wedge. So folks, the whole thing, the whole is bearish. There is nothing bullish here. I mean, the trend is bullish. Yes, of course. The macro things are bullish. Yes, of course they are. But this period of time that we are talking about, it's not bullish at all. Okay. And I strongly believe that we will go up this weekend. And then by Monday or Tuesday, we are going to have the food loaded, you know, or some bad news from the SEC, from Coinbase, whatever. There has to be a public excuse, and they are going to load most likely on the next week. Also, one of the things that we have to acknowledge here is the time frame, the critical time frame of events. Right here. Oh, that's kind of interesting. right here. So between 18 tomorrow and 21, maybe 22, 23, but I like 21. It is most likely when we are going to see the outcome of this. Okay. So guys, forgive me, this was a long video, a lot of things to talk about, many things, many fundamentals, a lot of things. And maybe some of you will ask, I won't answer. At least now, right now, I don't know, okay? To where we are going to drop, where is going to be the landing spot. So for now, at this moment, I'm not looking into it. I have a small idea, but I'm not looking to it right now. It's not the time, okay? So I will wait, I will watch, gather more evidence, and try to make a, to find something and then have a better understanding to talk about a landing spot. Because that will lead for another question, and where we are going to, when we are going to go up again, right? So, folks, thanks again. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your support as well. Please, you can like this video for free just to support my my work here. You guys know I just share things. I don't charge anything for it. And yeah. So if you guys have any questions and doubt, want to talk about anything, you guys can leave your questions or just say thanks in the comments. I read every comment, okay? And yeah, but if you guys want to reach me somehow, you can do it on Twitter as well, okay? So guys, that's it. And I hope you guys are safe, and safety first, right? So thanks again. I will see you guys soon, and see ya.